let's go ahead and get started then. All right, we're back at it with another edition. We didn't do a. Hang on, I'm trying to pull up the picks here. We didn't do a recap video. That's on us. I didn't text you in time. You were too busy on Wednesday to do it.
It's all good.
So yeah, another week in the books. We had a decent week, so I'll go ahead and recap. We had a decent week with our picks in college. I'll get to NFL in a bit, which we did dominate. But you did better than me at both. I finished 8-4 in college last week. You were 9-3. I have the advantage in the season record by one game, 56.
In the NFL?
No, in college. Hang on.
Oh.
I'll get to the NFL. Okay. We're focusing on college right now. But I'm up 56-27 to your 55-28 on the year. So just one game differential right now. So I got the picks here. No, I'm not going to pick any games tonight. We're doing this on Thursday or Friday, so we're going to go straight to Saturday. Let's start things off with Kansas State, ranked number 16, going into our backyard here, the West Virginia Mountaineers. I'll go ahead and say I'm shocked by this line right now. Vegas gives us a 3.5-point edge.
We're 3.5-point favorites?
Yeah, I know, right? After that abysmal performance against Texas Tech?
I do think they're due for an upset, though. I'm going to go West Virginia here.
I do, too. I mean, so I panicked last week. I was very upset last week. We should have won that game. As a lifelong fan, I'm used to games like that. However, it's still a young team, a fairly new coaching staff, only a year and a half in. We're still going to be in that process of losing the teams we should beat, and then we'll also sneak up on a team this year, I think. That's the way young teams work.
That's what I'm thinking.
And I'm not freaking out. Kansas State's starting a true freshman quarterback. And I will say, I think Kansas State's very well coached, too. Under Chris Klieman is his name. And I think they'll have us circled. Because we went into Manhattan last year and ruined their season. When they were ranked.
Good point. Good point.
My heart says West Virginia. I'll go Kansas State. I don't want to be disappointed.
Yeah. I mean, I'll go West Virginia, but I don't feel great about it.
All right, so you're going WVU.
Yep.
I'm going K-State. What's the other game? Boston College at Clemson.
Clemson.
So I'm going Clemson as well, but I want it to be known Clemson is a 31-point favorite. That seems like an awful lot for a Boston College team that I know is probably not that talented, but has played teams very close this year and has been a lot better than I think. So I'm going to say Clemson wins by a lot, but Boston College covers. Like something like by 24 points or something like that. 31 points is a lot, man.
No, it is, but it's just, I mean, how many NFL players does Boston College play a year?
True.
So.
But, and I will say this, Clemson struggled last week. Oh, hey, puppy dog. She came upstairs. What are you doing? Oh. Alright, back to it. I know. And Clemson looked very bad last week. So I think they'll be better this week. Anyway. Number 5, Georgia, going to Kentucky. Georgia's a 16.5-point favorite.
I'm going to go Georgia. I'm a big Georgia guy this year. I think they're going to make some noise in the playoff.
I don't.
You don't?
No. Georgia.
You think they're better than Florida?
So, I want to say, what's that?
You think they're better than Florida?
Maybe. Just because I don't trust Florida's defense right now. I'm going Georgia as well. The problem I have with Georgia, and I've thought about this a lot, is I think Kirby Smart's a very good coach, but he's anti-Nick Saban, even though he's from that coaching street. Nick Saban, a few years ago, realized, I got to start investing in offense and winning games in a shootout. Kirby Smart has not done that yet. And I think he's very stubborn because he hasn't done that. He's like, I can win this game with just running the ball effectively, playing good defense, and having just a game manager at quarterback. And if he keeps doing that, he ain't going to beat Alabama. He's not going to get out of the SEC. So that's just my opinion on Georgia. I don't think they'll make any noise in the playoff. They might win a game and play for the national title, but they won't win the national title. Memphis at Cincinnati. I think an underrated game here.
Yeah, it is.
Cincinnati is a 6.5-point favorite.
I was gonna go Cincy, but I do think it's gonna be a good game. Memphis just always has fucking dudes, dude. Like every year, I feel like they have like 3 or 4 like pretty decent players who get drafted.
Who?
Memphis.
Oh yeah, Memphis. I mean, Memphis has had a string of good coaches. They got Fuente, who's at Virginia Tech now. Mike Norvell. I know he's struggling at Florida State, but we knew that was going to be an uphill battle there. They've had a string of good coaches. Memphis is loaded with talent, but so is Cincinnati. Luke Fickell, in my opinion, would probably be the top Group of 5 coach on the market this offseason. Problem is, I don't think he'll ever leave Ohio. He's from Ohio. He went to Ohio State. He coached at Ohio State. Cincinnati is his first coaching job, I'm pretty sure, outside of Ohio State, and it's still in Ohio.
You know what's going to happen?
What's
Ryan Day is going to go to the NFL.
Maybe. And I thought he might get that Michigan State job. He interviewed for it. And I had a buddy who was an Ohio State fan, and I texted him about it. And I said, "Do you think Fickell's going to go to Michigan State?" He goes, "No, Fickell's never leaving Ohio."
I think Ryan Day obviously wants to win a national championship, but I do think he's going to go to the NFL.
Maybe. I'm going Cincinnati as well. Cincinnati showed me a lot last week. They went in. One of my critiques with Cincinnati is that they've never been able to win in shootouts. And they did last week. Last week wasn't a shootout. It was a beatdown against this SMU team that is very good offensively. Held them to 13 points. I think Cincinnati's the real deal. They're looking like the clear-cut front runner to be the Group of 5 representative in a New Year's Six Bowl. Michigan State at Michigan. Michigan is a 24.5-point favorite.
I'll go MSU.
You're going Michigan?
MSU.
You're going Michigan State? You know they lost to Rutgers last week.
You just said Michigan State was a 24.
No, sorry. You must have misheard me. Michigan is a 24.5-point favorite.
I was going to say, because they literally lost to Rutgers by, double digits?
Something like that. Yeah. That's why I thought, okay.
Yeah, I'll go Michigan.
All right, Michigan, yeah. I'm going Michigan as well. I don't want to get too excited, but Michigan might finally have a real quarterback. He looked really good last week against Minnesota.
That's all they've been missing.
It is. And I'm still a believer in Jim Harbaugh too.
I always wonder how these schools just can't get just top of the line quarterbacks.
Hey, that was the deal with LSU. We said for years, wonder what LSU would be like if they had a quarterback. We saw it last year.
And it's like, how do you not just make that a priority? Like, yeah, I'm gonna go get a 5-star quarterback to fuck LSU.
I mean, it might be that they are and just doing a terrible job developing them. I think a lot of programs are like that.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Les Miles back when he was with LSU and they were saying, why can't we get a quarterback? He's obviously not a quarterback developer.
Another underrated game, I feel like, UCF against Houston. UCF is a 2.5-point favorite.
I'll go UCF, but I think obviously that'll be a close one.
Yeah, this is a close one for me. Going up against our old Dana Holgorsen. I'm gonna take. I don't know if it's an upset here. I guess it is because UCF is the favorite. I'm gonna take a slight upset here and go Houston. I think Dana Holgorsen's due. LSU at Auburn. I was surprised at this. LSU is a 3-point favorite.
I'm gonna go Auburn.
I'm going Auburn as well. I don't trust LSU right now.
Me neither.
Hang on. Typing it up. Northwestern at Iowa. Iowa is a 2.5-point favorite.
I'll go Northwestern.
I'm going Northwestern as well.
Yeah.
They will look. Who'd they play? I know it was Maryland, but they dominated Maryland, I'm pretty sure, last week. They look pretty good, so I'll go Northwestern. And I like, what's his name? Pat Fitzgerald as a head coach.
Yep, great head coach. Another guy I think should go to the NFL.
Green Bay interviewed him. I wasn't crazy about it. I'm like, if he can win at Northwestern, he can probably win anywhere.
That's exactly how I look at it. I know Urban Meyer would be a good NFL coach because he just fucking wins. I already know.
Texas at Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State, just a 3.5-point favorite.
I'm going to go OSU. They look fucking way better than I thought.
Yeah, Oklahoma State, they're getting healthy. That's big. And one of the reasons why they struggled with Tulsa, like I said back in week 2 or whatever, their starting quarterback got hurt, I think, in the first quarter. I don't care how good your backup is, and I think he is a pretty good backup. He was a highly recruited guy. You're going to struggle.
Yeah.
And they struggled the next few weeks without the starting quarterback. Well, now Spencer Sanders, who's the starter, is now healthy, and they looked really good last week. I thought against it was Iowa State. They play real defense. I think they're holding Big 12 offenses to 20 points. That's pretty impressive. Arkansas at A&M. A&M a 12.5-point favorite. I think this is sneaky. Arkansas has been a lot better than people expected this year.
As long as A&M doesn't overlook them, which is possible, they should win. But I agree with you. It's going to be a sneaky game. I think it'll be. I think Arkansas will cover.
Yeah, I think that's a game I would get Arkansas to cover as well if I had money. I think A&M's coming off a bye week. I'm pretty sure they are. In which case, I would take them to win. Also, Jimbo Fisher's the better coach, so I think A&M wins, but I think it's going to be a lot closer than we think.
Yep.
Missouri at Florida. Florida a 13-point favorite.
Florida.
Yeah, I'm going with the Gators. Could be a struggle fest. I don't think Florida has played in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
How does that affect them? I don't know. So I'll go Florida. I wouldn't be surprised if Missouri found a way to cover. And then game of the week, not a great week, but game of the week, Ohio State at Penn State. Ohio State a 12-point favorite.
That's going to be a good game. I think Penn State's going to cover, but I think Justin Fields is going to go.
So Penn State looked pretty rough last week against Indiana. I think they are going to bounce back in a semi-big way this week. Ohio State coming to town, Happy Valley. I think that's going to – it won't be an electric atmosphere, but I think they're going to be ready to go. I'm going to take Ohio State, though, probably to win. They may even sneak in a late cover, something like that, to put it out of reach. But I think that's going to be a closer game than people think.
Agreed.
NFL. Here we go. Finally, fun stuff. All right, so last week, we both had very good weeks. You, sir, were 12-2 in picks. I had a good week too. I was 11-3. You got me beat.
Shane, we beat the analysts on TV. I'm not kidding, dude. In the draft, in our fucking picks, like consistently beat.
I forget what game it was that put you over the top. I can't remember. Do you? I think I lost him.
No worries. I'm trying to think of like maybe something that was funky last week. Did you?
Oh, I know what it was. It was the Raiders. I picked the Raiders to beat the Bucks.
That's what it was. Oh, by the way, what'd your buddy say about his guarantee from the Giants?
He hasn't said anything. He texted me on Friday morning, or we were just texting in the group on Friday morning. Might have been politics. I don't even remember. And he said, "Who cares? Life is pointless." So sorry, William, but I tried to tell you, and I was worried about it for a while. I'm like, man, the Giants might win this thing. I might look stupid. And then Carson Wentz came in.
Yeah, once.
So you did better than me last week. You also took the lead in our season record at 73-31-1. I am 72-32-1. So you got me by one game.
Yep, we have pretty similar football opinions. That shows, I'd say.
All right, so let's go ahead and start it off. Thursday night, tonight's game, Atlanta at Carolina. Carolina a 1.5-point favorite.
Dude, I can't keep doing this, but I swear.
You're not gonna do it.
Dude, I just cannot get on.
You didn't take the Falcons last week. You took the Lions.
I know, and they got me last second. Dude, I just feel like they have to fucking win at some point, but also at the same time, I feel like they're almost in tank mode. Dude, I'm gonna go Atlanta.
You're gonna go Falcons. Oh my.
I'm doing this. Fuck it. You are too?
No. Heck
Okay.
no. I'm not attached to hip at some people like some people are to Atlanta. Carolina has just been the better team this year. They've been competitive, despite not being overly talented of a roster. I think Matt Rule's a better coach than we think. Also, that looks like they're getting Christian McCaffrey back. I think that's going to be big.
Not tonight.
Oh, is it not tonight? I thought it was.
No,
Okay. Well, either way, even if he wasn't playing, I said in my blog that I would take Carolina. They've been the better team. I'm going to roll with the Panthers. Very close game, but I'll take Carolina. Vikings at Packers. Packers are a 7-point favorite.
I'll go Packers.
Yeah, so I was looking at the Vikings injury report. I want to say like the top 4 corners are out for this game.
Damn.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Or we're banged up at least. I know Cameron Dantzler's out, and a few other guys were banged up. Maybe it was they didn't practice. So they could be down a lot in the secondary. They just traded away Yannick Ngakoue to Baltimore. They don't have a pass rush. They're banged up in the secondary. I don't see how they're going to contain Aaron Rodgers in Lambeau. This seems like a Packers blowout to me.
I don't either. Yeah, I see this not being super close. The only way I could see it being close is just, I mean, listen, it's a divisional game. Even when a team's bad and a team's
That's
good,
true.
you never know. But
And I will say, Minnesota's coming off a bye week. Mike Zimmer's a good coach. It could happen.
But I like you said though, there's just it's a matchup problem. They just don't match up well with the Packers right now with the injuries and where the Packers are strong. So,
all right, Patriots at Bills. Bills are a 3.5-point favorite.
Bills, man. I mean, Julian Edelman's going to be out. I'm pretty sure Cam Newton's out. Is he? Cam Newton's out?
I haven't heard that. I saw something about Edelman from Rappaport. I didn't read it though.
I mean, even if Cam Newton isn't out, he's not playing well. The backups are bad. A lot of people are out. I don't see it, man. I just don't see it.
These are two teams neither have played particularly well. Patriots have been horrible. Bills have kind of been on the struggle bus.
No, they have.
I'm going to take the Bills. It could be closer than we think. But the Patriots are playing too bad. Like, I just don't see it. Plus, I think Sean McDermott, like, this feels like a game, not to be a cliche, but Sean McDermott, I think, has had this game circled. I think they were swept by New England last year, both times by very close margins. I feel like he wants to send a message that the Bills are the top dog in the AFC East now.
Yep, I agree. It is a message game. It could be sort of like a passing of the torch game, even though I know, the torch is already passed because the Patriots are terrible and Tom Brady's gone and everything. But this could really be it's going to be the Dolphins and the Bills division for the next 4 or 5 years, I think. Yeah,
unless the Patriots trade up to get Trevor Lawrence or somebody, or tank to get Lawrence.
I think they could sit back and if they win 4 or 5 games, they might even be able to get Trey Lance at like 8 or 9.
And you know how much I love Trey Lance.
Yeah, me too.
Tennessee at Cincinnati. Tennessee is a 5.5-point favorite.
Tennessee at Cincinnati. Yeah, I'll go Tennessee. I mean, the Bengals have been scrappy as hell.
I know.
But it is what it is. The Titans are way better than
my brother said it best last week with Cincinnati. This is working out as perfect as could be for the Bengals. You are seeing that you can be competitive with Burrow. You're losing games, but you see the future, and then you're also losing games, so you get a chance to get a better player in the draft.
Man, they're gonna go get that like once every 10 years tackle prospect from Oregon, and they're gonna
probably
fantastic.
So I flirted with the Bengals here because I'm not a huge Titans fan.
Dude, the Bengals could be like a 7-win, 8-win team next year.
Yeah.
I really do think that.
But back to what I was saying, I flirted with the Bengals because I think Tennessee's defense is very overrated. They don't have a pass rush. They're terrible on third down. This could be a shootout. But I think Mike Vrabel's the better coach.
Yeah.
I think he's going to have them ready. He knows that he's in a tight race in this division with Indianapolis. He knows he's got to win this game. Raiders at Browns. Browns are a 2.5-point favorite.
I'll go Raiders.
You're going Raiders. I flirted with the Raiders. But the more I thought about it, I was like, West Coast team going to the East Coast. I'm not sure how I like that. And then the Browns have been very good at home. They're averaging like over 30 points per game offensively at home. They run the ball well at home. I think they're 3-0 in home games. I'm taking the Browns, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Raiders won. Eventually, I think the Raiders have to put it together and figure out if they're a good team or not.
Yep, and that's where I'm at. And I would prefer the Browns to win this game. I'm like
at the bottom, I don't trust the Raiders' defense. The Raiders' defense has given up 30 points, I think, in all but 2 games.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think I'm just going with it because I feel like the Raiders are just due for, a comeback game. And the Browns, I don't know. Odell Beckham's out, and obviously
that's true.
Baker Mayfield absolutely killed it once he came out of the game last week. But, I mean, they're going to game plan different. it's going to be a lot easier to play. I mean, their two best offensive players aren't playing with Nick Chubb and Odell Beckham. So,
Do you still have Kareem Hunt?
I would not be surprised one single solitary bit if the Browns won by like a touchdown. But I am good Raiders.
Colts at the Lions. I think this is a sneaky game.
It is. That's a tough game to pick, dude.
Detroit has won back-to-back games. They need this to stay in the playoff hunt because right now it's looking like Green Bay or Chicago is running away with that division.
Yep.
I think the Lions could make this a very competitive game. I'm going Indy, though. I'm going Indianapolis just because I like their defense. And they're coming off a bye week. I love Frank Reich as a coach. And I think like Matt Patricia's inefficiencies, deficiencies, whatever you want to call them, are going to show up, and he's going to get outcoached.
I agree. I'm going to say the same.
Jets. Okay, so this is one thing I want to say. Jets at the Chiefs. Chiefs are a 19.5-point favorite. I don't think I have ever seen a line that heavy in the NFL.
It's the best team in the league versus the worst team in the league, and not only are the Chiefs going to win, they're going to cover that.
That's a lot of points, but I don't see how they don't.
I mean, dude, worst teams are beating them by 20 points.
I know. It's crazy.
I don't see it. And what's going to happen is the Chiefs are going to score like two touchdowns first quarter, and they're just going to quit. So that's how that's going to go.
Yeah, I don't think they'll hang 50 on them or anything. They'll get to 21-0 or something, and just hand the ball off. Probably get another 10 points or something. Win 31-10, probably something like that.
Yep.
Rams at Dolphins. Probably the most underrated game of the week, in my opinion. Rams at Dolphins. Rams a 3.5-point favorite.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to go Rams. I think the Rams are actually a really, 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 really good team. Sean McVay's kind of bringing a little bit of magic back, which I appreciate. I'm a big Sean McVay guy. I did think he was a little overrated there for a while, so I kind of talked a little bit of shit. But I do think he's, a good coach. And I mean, listen, Miami is very similar to the Bengals right now, where they have some players on their team and they're going to be competitive, but I still don't think they're ready to put it together and beat a good team like the Rams. So that's kind of where I'm at with that.
I'm in a similar boat. So I flirted with the Dolphins. They're coming off a bye week. I like Brian Flores. The problem is, I don't know what I'm getting from Tua Tagovailoa. Remember, he was just named the starting quarterback. I don't know what I'm getting. And the Rams' defense is a good defense. They're allowing only about 17 points per game this year. The Dolphins have played good defense as well. I think it's going to be a very low-scoring game, good defensive game. But at the end of the day, I got more faith in Sean McVay and Jared Goff than I do Brian Flores and Tua Tagovailoa. For now.
Plain and simple. For now, exactly. I agree. But plain and simple.
Chargers at Broncos. I'll go ahead and say I like the Chargers by a lot here.
Yeah. Dude, Justin Herbert is a billion times better than I thought he was going to be. I think I'm going to go Chargers there, too.
Chargers are only a 3-point favorite.
Which is, well, I mean, I think that's coming from just, I mean, as good as Herbert's been, you still don't know what you're going to get out of a rookie quarterback. So,
Yeah. Here's another game I would keep an eye on this weekend. New Orleans at Chicago. New Orleans is a 4.5-point favorite.
I like that. That's a good game. I didn't know they were playing this weekend.
I was 50-50 on it.
Michael Thomas is back, so I'll go Saints.
Against every fiber of my body, I'm gonna go Chicago here.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like the Saints. They haven't played all that well the last few weeks. They've only beat 3 teams with a combined record, I think I wrote, about 8-11 by 12 points.
Yep.
Their defense has given up a lot of points. Chicago's offense isn't great, and like we said, I think last week, I really like teams who are well coached, and I think the Bears are under Matt Nagy, to some extent, not
I agree.
lot.
No, I agree. I think they are.
Getting embarrassed on a nationally televised game, prime time. I think the Bears bounce back. They play good defense, play well at home. I'll take the Bears to squeak one out, like a 24-21.
Really?
Yep, I'm gonna go Bears.
That would shake up the NFC a little bit. I like that. Definitely would shake it up a bit.
All right, here's another one I like as well. 49ers at Seahawks. Seahawks are a 3-point favorite.
That's going to be a way closer game than people
I
think.
agree.
I will go Seahawks just because no, the Niners are still just missing that pass
True.
from Nick Bosa not being there and Solomon Thomas, and they're still missing DeForest Buckner. I don't know if I haven't heard Eric Armstead's name all year. So, yeah, I can't go Niners there. As close, I do think it's going to be closer than people think, though, because the Niners are getting a little bit more healthy.
You sort of talked me out of it, but I've already put the pick on my blog. It's set in stone now. I can't change it. I'm going to go 49ers. I think they're playing their best football right now. Despite all their injuries, they've played really well the last 2 weeks. The Seahawks are terrible defensively. And I think Kyle Shanahan is going to come up with some game plan to slice and dice and all the other ices. I think they're going to torment Seattle's defense, which has been giving up a lot of yards and points. I'm going to go Niners here. Not crazy about it. I'm going to go Niners.
Wow.
I'm not a big Seahawks guy. I'm not. They're not good outside Russell Wilson.
No, I mean, I can't really disagree with you. I really can't. Though, I think Tyler Lockett is fucking good,
True,
dude. He's way better. I keep just thinking he's a gadget player, but then he just keeps absolutely eating every week. So maybe he's not. I don't know.
All right. So Sunday. I think this is still Sunday Night Football.
Yeah.
Cowboys at Eagles. Eagles. I must have read the line wrong. At first, I thought the line last night said 3.5. And then I woke up this morning and it said 9.5, and now it's down to 9.
Yeah.
There's no way I made a 6-point shift in a night, so I must have read it wrong.
No, I mean, I think it kind of got confirmed that Andy Dalton wasn't playing, and they're playing.
Maybe.
Maybe that was it.
All right, so yeah, Eagles are a 9-point favorite. I think you're gonna have to suck it up, James, and embrace that the Eagles are gonna win this division.
No, they are, and the thing is, they're actually starting to get a little more healthy. So, yep. I mean, we'll see how they look in like the next few weeks. But Jalen Rager's back already. Dallas Goedert should be back after the bye. Lane Johnson should be healthy then. So, we'll see.
You're gonna go Eagles though, I assume.
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah, the Cowboys are a mess right now.
Yeah, they're. I don't think you could pick them against anybody probably besides the Jets right now.
I changed in my power rankings. They're the 31st team, and the Jets are 32nd.
Yeah, it kind of is what it is at this point. So.
Monday Night Football, Bucks at Giants. Bucks are a 10.5-point favorite.
Bucks at Giants?
Yep, Bucks at Giants.
Oh, dude, that's an easy game. Bucks are gonna fucking dismantle them.
There is a part of me that wants to give the Giants a little bit of credit. Their defense is not bad.
They're playing hard.
I know, and they're playing hard for Joe Judge.
For the lack of talent that they have, they are playing hard. But
I'll go ahead and say I'm going to take Tampa. Something in me says the Giants might make this a game. I don't think they will. But
I think hold on, can AB come in yet, or does he still have to follow the COVID protocol?
I honestly have no idea. Even without him, I'd still take the Bucks to win by about 12. But the Giants, like Daniel Jones is just such a turnover machine. The Bucks are a really good defense. They get after the court. They're just good everywhere. I just don't see the Giants winning this game.
No, there's no shot.
Like unless Brady gets hurt, which knock on wood, let's hope that doesn't happen. Yeah. All right, game of the week: Steelers at Ravens. Ravens are a 4-point favorite.
Ravens are going to win that game.
You're going to go Ravens.
Yeah, Steelers are due to lose one, and that's who they're going to lose against. I called it. I called it last week.
I'm going with the minor upset. I'm going Steelers. I am worried about it, though, because the Ravens are coming off a bye week.
That's the only reason I picked them.
I know. Coming off a bye week, they're very well coached. That worries me a little bit. But even before the bye week, they weren't playing all that well. Even though they had a point differential of about 40 in 3 games, they weren't playing all that well.
No, they
against
weren't.
much lesser teams.
No, that's what I was going to say. They didn't play as well. I mean, everybody expected the Ravens to be like a 14-15 win team this year, and I just don't think that's what they are.
They still can be, but...
I mean, I just think they definitely can be, and they don't have that hard of a schedule. But I just think my point was, I think a lot of people had them as almost almost penciled into the AFC Championship game with the Chiefs.
I think they are very much not even the top or the second best team in the AFC.
No,
I don't think they're even I'm not even sure they're the favorite in their own division anymore.
No, that's exactly what I'm saying. So
I like Pittsburgh a lot. I think their front seven might be the best in the league right now. I think they win this game. They're playing their best football right now. I do worry about Ben Roethlisberger going up against their Baltimore secondary. I think he could throw some interceptions and take them out of the game. But I'm going to roll with the Steelers. I'm not crazy about it, but I think they're the better team right now.
We got some differences this week.
We do. You got the Falcons and Saints, Seahawks, and Ravens. We got 4 differences. We almost never have 4 differences.
Why the hell did I pick the Falcons?
You can go back on it. I'm willing to give it to you.
Nah, I'm going to go with my gut.
You're going to go with your gut and say Falcons. All right. So that's it.
All right, brother.
Yeah, I'll talk to you this weekend.
All right, brother. Have a good one.
Later.